Don't quit Netflix, just swap it with these addictive reads. Ever sat down to watch one episode and suddenly it's midnight? We've all done it. You tell yourself, just one more. And before you know it, the whole evening's gone. It feels good in the moment, but afterward, a bit empty. Now imagine this instead. You open a book, and the story pulls you in. You lose track of time, but when you close it, your brain feels full. Your heart feels moved. And you actually feel proud of how you spent your time. These books aren't boring. They're better than most shows. They've got cliffhangers that make you gasp. They've got characters you'll fall in love with. They'll make you laugh, cry, and keep flipping pages. And the best part? They stay with you long after you finish. Books can be fun, exciting, and totally addictive. Just like your favorite show, but better for your brain. Reading even a little can help you sleep better, feel calmer, and focus more. So today, I'll share 5 books that are just as binge-worthy as Netflix. If you've ever been hooked on a show, you'll love these. Think about this. What's one show you binged recently? What kind of story pulled you in? Because these books, they'll give you that same thrill, and maybe even more. Ready to press play on stories that help you grow? Let's dive in. In the last section, we talked about replacing one Netflix show with a fun, addictive book. Now let's understand why that switch is worth it. Watching TV feels good. At first, let's be honest, watching Netflix feels great in the moment. One episode turns into 5, and it's super easy because the next one just starts by itself. Why does that happen? It's because watching shows gives your brain a happy feeling called dopamine. That's a chemical that makes you want more and more. But after a while, you feel tired, your eyes hurt, and your brain feels kind of lazy, right? Have you ever said, why did I watch so much? Or, ugh, now I feel like I wasted my night? That's because binge watching can leave you feeling low when it's over. Reading feels good and lasts longer. Reading is different. It also makes your brain feel good, but in a calmer, healthier way. Here's what reading can do for you. Helps you relax and feel calm. Makes your brain focus better. Improves your sleep. Boosts your creativity, makes you feel happier, even if you read for just 30 minutes a week. One study said, people who read regularly feel 20% happier than those who don't. That's a big difference. Reading doesn't just pass time, it makes your brain grow stronger. You imagine things, think deeply, and connect with stories in your own way. Let me ask you something. What if you replace just one Netflix episode with a book that makes you smarter and more peaceful? Wouldn't that be a better way to end the day? The big idea. You don't have to give up Netflix forever. But even 30 minutes of reading can change how you feel. You'll sleep better, feel proud of yourself, and maybe even discover a new part of your personality through a book. In the last section, we talked about how reading just 30 minutes a day can make you calmer, happier, and more focused without the Netflix guilt. Now let's look at 5 amazing books that feel just like a great show. These books pull you in, hold your attention, and make time fly. Book 1. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book feels like magic. It's about 2 young magicians who are part of a secret, traveling circus. But here's the twist, they're competing in a mysterious game. They don't know all the rules, and neither do we. That's what keeps it exciting. The circus only opens at night. It's full of strange tents, magical performances, and surprises around every corner. Each chapter feels like stepping into a new world. There's romance, there's mystery, and the way the author writes, it's like poetry, smooth, rich, and dreamy. Just like how a good Netflix show makes you say, just one more episode, The Night Circus makes you think, just one more chapter. You don't even need to like fantasy to enjoy this book. It's not about dragons or magic wands, it's about people, love, secrets, and beauty. One reader said, I missed my bus stop because I was so deep in the story. That's the kind of reading we're talking about. Have you ever been so pulled into a story, book or show, that you lost track of time? That's the power of immersive storytelling. And this book has it all. If you're someone who enjoys magical worlds, slow-burn romance, and beautiful writing, this book is a perfect start. You'll feel like you're walking through a dream. And when it ends, you'll wish you could go back and visit the circus again. If The Night Circus pulled you into a magical world, this next book will pull you deep into a real one. A world of survival, struggle, and courage. Book 2. Educated by Tara Westover. This book is not fiction. It's a true story. Tara Westover was born to a survivalist family in rural Idaho. She never went to school. Her parents didn't believe in hospitals or the government. She didn't have a birth certificate until she was 9. She wasn't allowed to attend public school. And yet, she taught herself enough math, reading, and grammar to pass a college entrance exam. And years later, she earned a PhD from Cambridge University. The journey? It's wild. She faced physical danger, emotional pain, and moments of deep loneliness. But she also found strength, books, learning, and her own voice. Reading Educated feels like watching a powerful Netflix drama. Every chapter is filled with tension, heartbreak, and growth. You'll feel angry at times, then inspired. It's emotional, but worth every page. The writing is clear, honest, and beautifully simple. You don't need to be into memoirs to love this book. It's about more than one person's life. It's about what happens when someone decides, I want better. It asks a big question. What does it mean to educate yourself when no one else will do it for you? Tara's story proves that you can come from nothing and still rise. Not easily, not quickly, but honestly. It's one of those books that stays with you long after you finish it. You'll want to highlight quotes, pause and think, maybe even cry a little. What book or moment last made you feel something real? Was it pride? Sadness? Hope? That's what stories like Educated give us. Not just facts, but feelings that stick. If you want a true story that moves your heart and makes you believe in the power of learning and choice, this one's for you. It's deep, powerful, and unforgettable. If Educated made you feel deeply, this next one will mess with your mind, in the best way. Book 3. The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This book feels like a Netflix crime thriller, but instead of watching the screen, you're right inside the characters' minds. Here's the setup. A woman named Alicia Berenson has the perfect life. She's a famous painter, married to a fashion photographer, living in a beautiful house. Then one day, something shocking happens. She shoots her husband 5 times. And after that, she never speaks another word. Nothing. No one knows why she did it, or what really happened. She is locked away in a mental hospital, and a psychotherapist named Theo comes in, determined to get her to talk and to figure out what she's hiding. From there, the story becomes a twisty, intense journey full of secrets, suspense, and jaw-dropping moments. Every chapter pulls you deeper. Every clue makes you question what you thought was true. And the ending? Let's just say, most people gasp out loud. Just like a great Netflix thriller, this book keeps your brain spinning. You'll think about it when you're not reading it. You'll want to tell someone, you have to read this now. What makes it even better? It's written in a really easy, clear style. No confusing words. No slow parts. Just pure, gripping storytelling. Do you think a book can shock you more than a plot twist in a TV show? This one might prove it. If you love stories that make you guess, feel a little creeped out and then drop your jaw at the end, this is it. The Silent Patient is the book you binge just like a thriller show, but it leaves your imagination doing the work. If The Silent Patient kept your heart racing, this next book will calm it and inspire it at the same time. Book 4, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Sometimes, you don't need drama. You just need a quiet book that feels like a warm cup of tea and a deep breath. The Alchemist is one of those books. It's short. It's written in very simple words, but it says some really big things. The story is about a boy named Santiago. He's a shepherd who keeps having a dream about treasure hidden in the Egyptian desert. One day he decides to follow that dream and see if it's real. But this book isn't just about treasure. It's about the journey. Along the way, Santiago meets people who help him, challenge him, and teach him about life. He learns about love, fear, faith, and how sometimes what we're looking for is much closer than we think. What makes this book so powerful? It reminds you that your life has meaning, that your dreams matter, that even when things feel hard or confusing, there is still a path forward. Many people say they read The Alchemist at the right moment, and it changed how they saw their life. It doesn't give you all the answers, but it gives you just enough hope to take the next step. And sometimes, that's all we need. Here's a question for you. What's one dream you're still chasing? Even if it feels small or far away, what's something you still carry in your heart? Because that's what The Alchemist is about. Holding on to your dream, even when the world tells you to stop. Reading this book is like a soft nudge from the universe saying, keep going. If The Alchemist helped you look inside yourself, this next book will help you understand the world around you. Book 5, Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. This book is big, not just in size, but in the way it opens your mind. Sapiens tells the story of us, humans, from how we lived in caves to how we ended up building cities, smartphones, and space rockets. Sounds heavy? Don't worry. Harari writes in a way that's simple, fun, and super addictive. It feels like watching a really cool documentary, but with your brain doing all the visuals. You'll learn how money was invented, why gossip may have helped humans survive, and how the idea of nations, or religion, or even happiness has changed through time. It's not just facts, it's full of surprising stories. For example, did you know wheat may have domesticated us more than we domesticated it? Or that our brains are wired to believe in shared myths, like brands, laws, or countries? Mind-blowing, right? But here's the best part. This book doesn't just explain history, it makes you see life differently. You'll start to question things you always believed were normal. Why do we work the way we do? Why do we chase things that don't always make us happy? And what could the future of humans actually look like? It's the kind of book that makes you think for days after reading. You might even start seeing everyday things, like your job, your phone, or your weekend plans, in a whole new way. Question for you. When was the last time a book made you pause and look at life in a new way? That's what Sapiens does. It doesn't just teach you, it transforms you, quietly, page by page. If Sapiens made you think deeply, you might be wondering, how do I actually start reading more, when Netflix is just so easy? Let's talk about how to gently switch from screen time to page time, without quitting Netflix altogether. You don't have to go cold turkey. You just need to build a small reading habit. Here are 5 easy ways to do it. 1. Set a Netflix and book night. Instead of watching 3 episodes in a row, try this. Watch 1 episode. Then, switch to a book for 30 minutes. You still get your entertainment, but now you're also feeding your brain. Start with 1 night a week. Call it your Netflix and book night. Light a candle, get cozy, and treat it like a self-care ritual. 2. Match the genre to your mood. Love crime shows? Try a thriller novel like The Silent Patient. Big fan of fantasy like Stranger Things? Try The Night Circus. Into sweet love stories? There are beautiful romantic novels waiting for you. This way, the feeling is the same, but now it's on the page, not the screen. 3. Keep a reading list. You know how you save shows to watch later? Do the same for books. Keep a note on your phone, books I want to read. When someone recommends a good book, or you hear about one online, add it. This makes reading exciting, because you'll always have a next, just like Netflix. 4. Always carry a book. Keep a small book or an e-reader in your bag. Waiting at the dentist, on the bus, in line at the cafe, pull out a book instead of opening Instagram. These small reading moments add up. You could read a full book in just those tiny gaps. 5. Talk about what you read. One big reason we love shows is the shared conversations. You finish a series, and everyone's talking about it. Guess what? Books can be the same. Tell a friend about a book you loved. Ask them what they're reading. Start a tiny book chat group on WhatsApp. It makes reading feel social and fun. So here's your next step. Pick just one of these ideas to try this week. You don't need to quit TV, you're just adding something better alongside it. So now you know how to switch from shows to books. But let's ask the big question. Why is reading actually better for your brain and your life? The truth is, science and real people both agree. Books give you more than just stories. They give you peace, focus, and brain power. Here's how. 1. Books light up your imagination. When you watch a show, the world is already built for you. But when you read a book, your brain builds the world. You imagine how the characters look. You picture the setting, the emotions, the action. This sparks your creativity in ways no screen can. Ask yourself, when's the last time something made you imagine deeply? 2. Reading improves focus and memory. It's easy to zone out while watching TV, right? You can scroll your phone and still follow the plot. But with reading, your brain has to focus. It stays active. And here's the fun part. The more you read, the better your brain gets at remembering things like details, ideas, and emotions. Think of reading as a workout for your mind. 3. Books help you sleep better. Screens, especially at night, can mess with your sleep. That blue light tells your brain to stay awake. But reading a physical book, it calms you, slows your heart rate, helps your brain unwind before bed. Even reading for just 10 minutes before sleeping can help you fall asleep faster and wake up more refreshed. So next time you're in bed, try replacing your last episode with 10 pages. 4. People who read more feel better. This one's simple but powerful. People who replace screen time with reading say they're happier, calmer, and think more clearly. They feel more present. They feel less anxious. And they feel more confident when talking to others, because reading grows your ideas and vocabulary too. Reading doesn't just pass the time. It enriches your time. So now you know the benefits of reading. Let's bring it all together. You get 1 free hour in the evening. What will you do? You could watch 1 more episode on Netflix. Or you could open a book and get pulled into a story that's just as exciting, but leaves your mind feeling sharper, calmer, and happier. Here's the truth. Watching shows feels good for a while, but it often leaves you tired, foggy, or overstimulated. Reading feels slower at first, but it gives your brain a chance to rest, learn, and grow. Just think about it. The Night Circus pulls you into magic and mystery. Educated makes you feel brave and inspired. The Silent Patient keeps you on the edge of your seat. The Alchemist speaks to your soul. Sapiens opens your eyes to the world. These stories don't disappear when the screen turns off. They stay with you. They make you think, dream and grow. And no, you don't have to quit Netflix forever. This isn't about guilt. It's about balance. Why not try this? Swap just one episode a night for 20 to 30 pages. That's all. Soon, it won't feel like a swap. You'll start looking forward to your book time, just like a good show. And bedtime? No more blue light headaches. Just soft pages, a quiet mind, and better sleep. So the question is simple. Why not try adding books to your week? Just like shows. Start small. Make it fun. Let reading become your favorite new habit. So if this video gave you even one idea, if it made you pause and think, or made you say, yeah, I could do this, then here's what to do next. Like this video, not just for us, but so more people like you can discover better ways to relax, grow and feel good without always turning to a screen. Subscribe to Books Ahead. This channel is your home if you want simple, fun book tips, no pressure, no long lectures, just real ideas for real people who want something more than endless scrolling. And hey, leave a comment below. Which book from today are you most excited to try? Or, what book would you recommend swapping for a Netflix night? You don't need to throw away your TV. You just need to give books a seat at the table. Because reading isn't about being serious all the time. It's about giving your mind something better. Something that lasts. So let's do this together. Choose one book. Read a few pages tonight. That's how it starts. One story. One new thought. One small upgrade to how you spend your time. Let's make reading your new escape. Ready? Let's read.